Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. From Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Number 1. The reader can conclude that Ella arrives at Lola's house. That when Ella arrives at Lola's house, Ella is envious of Lola for getting a role in the school play, grateful to Lola for helping her become more confident, timid about confronting Lola for pretending to be sick, furious with Lola over her decision to quit. Number 2, which statement best expresses the main theme of the excerpt? It is important for people to accept their friends' decisions. People should be true to their own goals. It is best to avoid problems rather than try to solve them. Friends who have overcome obstacles give useful advice. Number 3, read these sentences from paragraph 34. Nothing, I shouted back through my sobs. I've had a miraculous recovery. These sentences show that Lola hopes her mother does not realize she is angry, plans to continue to cry with Ella, has decided to perform in the play, has agreed to let Carla have the lead role in the play. Number 4, the author included paragraph 15 in order to explain why Lola has decided she does not want to perform in the play. Let the reader know that at one time Ella did not want Lola to act in the play. Show the reader that Lola is no longer interested in being in the play. Demonstrate that Ella is upset with Lola for not following her earlier advice about being in the play. Number 5. What effect does Ella's uncharacteristic behavior have on the resolution of the excerpt? It reminds Lola of what is most important to her. It makes Lola question her friendship with Ella. It forces Lola to think about revising her motto. It helps Lola accept the fact that she is not as talented as Carla. Number 6, which sentence best explains why Lola is surprised by Ella's actions? She hadn't been able to bring me my homework the afternoon before because she had to do something with her mother at the last minute. But I'd figured she'd wait till the weekend to come. Ella's face was red and blotchy from crying. Ella gazed at me in silence for several seconds. I had the thought to jump up and lock the door, but before I could, it opened and Ella Marjorie Gerard, the girl once destined to be picked as most shy in our high school yearbook, marched in. Number 7, the author included paragraph 28 to demonstrate how upset Lola is about quitting the play, convey how hurt Lola is by Ella's words, reveal how unhappy Lola is about living in the suburbs. Number 8, which event triggers the main problem in the excerpt? Lola getting the role Carla Santini wanted in the play? Lola moving to a new school in the suburbs? Lola pretending to be sick on the day of the play? Lola arguing with Ella about her decision? Number 9, which of these best expresses Ella's admiration for Lola? You taught me that you can make life what you want. What happened to the person who never gives up? Everybody's depending on you. This isn't like you at all. Number 10. Which statement best expresses the main conflict in the excerpt? Lola is upset with her best friend Ella that her best friend Ella has come to her house so early in the morning. Carla Santini, the most popular girl in school, wants the lead role in the school play. Ella respects Lola and wants her to talk to Carla Santini and her classmates. Lola tries to avoid performing in a play because of the negative reaction she has received at school. Okay, now read the next selection and then answer the questions. So number 11. How are the train and the speaker similar? Like the train that has a schedule to keep, the speaker has an approaching responsibility. Like the train that brays and boasts, the speaker acts in an overly proud manner. Like the train that travels at midnight, the speaker prefers to work during the night. Like the train that stays on a straight course, the speaker avoids change. Number 12. Which line from the poem best expresses the speaker's sense of dread? Line 2, and it's midnight. Line 7, and needed rest. Line 8, when I lie in wait. Line 15, from so many miles away. Number 13, the metaphor in the first stanza is used to emphasize that the speaker behaves like a small child on the weekend. Speaker's weekend of fun and relaxation is over. Speaker uses the weekend to organize things. Speaker's time is wasted during the weekend. Number 14. The poet uses a simile in lines 23 and 24 to reveal that the speaker wants to be outside, cannot get comfortable, does not like fishing, might be having a dream. Number 15. Dividing the poem into 2 stanzas allows the poet to compare the speaker's schedule with the train's schedule, ask questions to keep the reader guessing about what will happen, contrast the speaker's feelings about weekends and Mondays, incorporate reminders for the reader about where the action takes place. Number 16. The train is important to the poem because it represents reflecting on the past, visiting distant places, following a planned routine, interrupting peaceful memories. Number 17. The poet likely intends for the last 2 lines to express the speaker's regret over the experiences of the weekend, concern about doing well in school, fear of the arriving train, anxiety about the coming day. Okay, number 18. The author included paragraph 4, most likely to emphasize the football players in Texas deserve more attention than they receive, imply that football should not be the most popular sport in Texas, suggest that marching bands are as important as football players, show that marching in a band is as demanding as playing football. Number 19. In paragraph 11, the word logistics means the raising of funds, supervising of details, recruiting of members, scheduling of practices. Number 20. By presenting the ideas included in paragraphs 1 through 3, the author is able to explain why students join marching bands in Texas, describe the equipment required by Texas marching bands, emphasize that marching bands in Texas are a common sight, identify the most popular instrument in Texas marching bands. Number 21. The author chose the title of this selection to highlight the idea that Texas marching band members are talented. There is a variety among Texas marching bands. Texas marching band members are dedicated. There are a large number of Texas marching bands. Number 22. Which sentence from the selection is a commonplace assertion? We all know that Texans are mad about football and the players usually get the attention. Known as the Allen Eagle Escadrille, French for squadron, Allen's band is considered the largest in the country, high school or college. At some small schools, roughly half of the student body is in the band. Griffin's organization was formed in 1991 to better represent small schools at band competitions. Number 23. Which of these supports the idea that band members form strong bonds with one another? We always called ourselves band nerds. I don't think it's derogatory or anything. It doesn't bother me one bit. It's like camaraderie, Harrell said. For 4 years, it's your family. In some places, being in the band is not the in thing. It's not cool. It's cool to be in the band in Sundown, he said. You have your preps, your jocks, and your band nerds, said Jolynn Harwell, 24, who played clarinet and served as drum major for 2 years at Stephenville High School. Number 24. What are paragraphs 6 and 7 mainly about? The results of studies about Texas high school marching bands, the high quality of Texas high school marching bands, the benefits of being in a high school marching band, the popularity of being in a high school marching band. Number 25. What does the word alumni mean in paragraph 7? Alumni. Former participants, parent supporters, college applicants, competition judges. Number 26. What is the best summary of the section titled Bands in All Sizes? There are many marching bands in the state of Texas. Some of the bands are very small, consisting of as few as a dozen members. Kevin Griffin's organization, the Texas Association of Small School Bands, represents some of these small high school bands at competitions. With 5,000 students, Allen High School is a very large school. Its marching band has 650 members, which makes it larger than the bands at the University of Texas and Texas A&M University. On the other hand, the Sundown High School Marching Band has only 117 members. Class 5A Allen High School has the largest marching band in the United States. It is larger than any other high school marching band or any college marching band. This band's 650 members fill an entire football field when they are playing. It takes 20 buses to transport the members to away games. Texas boasts the largest high school marching band in the nation, the Allen Eagle Escadrille, which has 650 members. There are also many small award-winning marching bands in Texas, such as Sundown High School's 117-member marching band, which has won many marching band titles. Number 27. With which statement would the author most likely agree? More band members should pursue careers in music. It is possible for a school of any size to have a successful band program. Band camps would be more effective if they didn't occur during the summer. Large schools should consider including middle school students in marching bands. Okay, I'm assuming this is supposed to be number 28 that starts the next story, but it's not done right. So, number 43, which is going to be your number 28. The author wrote this article most likely to reveal a little known factor that influenced the outcome of the Revolutionary War, argue that British people sympathized with Americans during the Revolutionary War, teach readers how to prepare the invisible ink that members of the Continental Army used, or question whether Washington was as honest as many Americans believe. Now number 29, which is number 44. Which words from paragraph 2 help the reader understand what opted means? Pitting forces frequently, decided to change, Army was defeated, times of attack. Number 30 or 45. The Culper ring used Dr. J's invisible ink rather than lemon juice because Dr. J's ink was more difficult for an enemy to discover. Washington's preferred way to send a message, suitable for writing between the lines of a letter, a symbol of British support for the Americans. (31) What can the reader conclude about the author's opinion of Washington's strategy for information gathering? The author thinks Washington should have been more selective in choosing the Culper ring. The author admires Washington's resourcefulness. The author believes that Washington should have been more careful about sending messages. The author believes that Washington's patience helped him perfect his methods. (32), which is 47. Which statement from the article describes a positive result of Washington's military strategy? And in November 1780, based on information from Woodhull, Major Talmadge led a successful raid on Fort St. George on Long Island. He regularly used such tricks as secret agents, double agents, and codes. The Culper ring operated for 6 years in and around New York City. Sometimes the spies wrote their secret messages between the lines of a letter to a friend or business partner. Number 33. The reader can conclude that the spies who made up the Culper ring were each assigned a specific job, all fought in the Continental Army, all came from Culpeper County in Virginia, were the first to use lemon juice for secret messages. Number 34. In paragraph 5, the word sophisticated means risky, expensive, attractive, elaborate. Number 35 or 50. What is the best summary of this article? Invisible ink, which helped George Washington win the Revolutionary War against the British, can be easily made out of lemon juice. Another way to write with invisible ink is to use chemicals called stain and sympathetic stain. The Culper Ring was a group of American spies that operated around New York City during the Revolutionary War. The spies included Robert Townsend, Abraham Woodhull, Austin Roe, and Major Talmadge. During the Revolutionary War, George Washington established a network of spies that provided him with information about the British forces. One group, the Culper Ring, sent him many valuable messages written in invisible ink, a technique that helped Washington defeat the British. Although many people believe that George Washington never lied, he did use deceptive tricks such as secret agents, double agents, and codes against the British during the Revolutionary War. He found that using invisible ink to send secret messages was especially useful. 36. In Give It a Try, how are steps 3 and 6 similar? Both reveal the content of the message. Both contain suggestions for producing a successful message. Both identify the tool used to write the message. Both explain how to read the message. 37. According to the article, why did Washington want his own information gathering agency? He trusted only friends to bring him accurate information. He was fascinated with the idea of spies and invisible ink. He thought the British were spying on his continental forces. He was unable to defeat British forces by traditional methods.